Exactly. It's kind of like my sociology teacher. She brought up the fact of, oh, that kid made like a clock. He's like Middle Eastern looking, and they all apparently freaked out. Like he's apparently joined the Taliban or ISIS at some point, and obviously she doesn't watch like the real news to where they actually recruit at that age or even younger as well. I mean, there's been like you've watched the Linkin Park music video. What I've done, there's actually footage of Wrong Things of Humanity, and one of them features a kid, from the Middle East holding like an AK-47, pretty much, and acting like he's a killer. The way he looks at the camera, and even if you probably know about the whole Coney thing and like Africa, they're actually stealing kids to just join his like army, pretty much.
Except eating poo poo.
Oh, Steven. Um, but pretty much, I would say the Green Inferno was, like I said, it was but I, oh yeah, but then you know how we're talking about a bunch of these hipster douchebags. Like, if this is gonna happen more often, where a bunch of hipster douchebags crash in the Amazon and get eaten, then we should mass produce this.
Absolutely. And that was definitely part of Eli Roth's plan all along. He even confessed that he is tired of, as he referred to it, these slacktivists who act like they're pursuing some great cause, but in the end are in the back of their mind just thinking, you know what, I want to be followed on Twitter to make myself feel important.
And I'm glad you brought up Twitter, because at the end credits, I'm not even kidding, I've never seen this before, but apparently when they were showing the end credits and that, like the credits rolling, the cast and that, apparently they were showing the cast's like Twitter accounts, so you can follow them on Twitter.
Yeah, that was pretty cancerous, I'm not going to lie. Um, the main character, female, I would be tempted. She is very cute. I will send you my number if you want to friend me on Facebook.
But yeah, but the position she was put in was definitely not attractive whatsoever. Yeah, there's a part where she's like bounded up and they're gonna perform some kind of like female circumcision on her. If you've never heard that before, then good. Then I would not recommend you finding that out. Pretty much.
Right. Actually, I took it more personally as it, not to say take it personally because this is definitely not a politically correct film, um, which is good. But back to what I was saying. Um, in the movie Cannibal Holocaust, one of the most controversial things about it is this rape scene that's in it, and for good reason I can see. Um, but in the same manner, you could almost see that perhaps they were leading up to a second coming, if you will, of of this rape scene. And yeah, fortunately, we were spared. That's kind of a spoiler. I apologize, but it that would have been just more um, darkness thrown on the pile, I guess.
So anyway, what would you give this movie?
Personally, I would give this movie somewhere in the area of like a 74 to 76%. I'm not a person who uses stars a lot because I don't think they're accurate down to the tiniest quintesimal percentage. But I would say a 74 to a 76 is a fair grade. Passing, and definitely better than a lot of terrible to average movies. But it certainly didn't deliver like the I was hoping it would. And the third act with some of the random uh, pushes for a sequel and convenient things and just turning around this whole event to be pitched back to the media as a lie um, was quite an interesting statement, but it ultimately left me kind of just disappointed. It made a good statement, but at the same point, the entertainment was kind of lost.
Yeah, I agree with you too. Like, I didn't have much expectations going into it, and I still felt a little left, kind of disappointed. Now, the Green Inferno does deliver when it comes to gore and that sort of thing, but sadly, it it did feel a little disappointed. Like, I thought there was gonna be like one last final huge graphic scene to top it all off, but sadly, that didn't happen. And I mean, I haven't seen too many Eli Roth films, but this is probably my least favorite movie that I've seen from him. But yeah, I do agree with you, Steven, about people get so butthurt about political correctness and that. It's like all these people are like scarf wielding people who are like, oh, I've got a terrible sense of like white guilt and I'm anti-capitalist, but I can't go a day without drinking my Starbucks. And so overall, I would give The Green Inferno 2 stars out of 4. So for me, that's pretty average. So anyway, this is Tyler from End Credit Reviews.
And Steven from Steven Lawson Studios.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and good night. Bye. Or day, whatever time period you're watching this. Bye.